Yeah, hello, welcome to this broadcast. I hope you are all around, all the regulars and maybe some new people joining in on this show for 1 hour of Blitz and banter. Yeah, let's see. I know it's not called banter Blitz, but it's basically what it is. Even though I'm not going to play anybody, let's say, on the side, but play in the ICC 5-minute pool. The position, by the way, that you see is the one from today, the big game of today. I hope you enjoyed to watch it. It was a very thrilling end to this event, even though I felt that this kind of, that it was influenced a lot by the tie breaks. I didn't like it that much. Okay, we have a game here between me and Rainmaker. I'm going d4 and see what happens. Okay, there's a question. What do I think of the East versus West narrative in the Karjakin Carlsen match? East versus West? Yeah. Wow, I don't know. I don't think so much in those terms. In terms of the playing venue, however, I think it's an interesting. It's interesting that we have a Russian challenger, and I mean Karjakin is also former Ukrainian, so it's a bit of a it's interesting, let's say. What I think though, when it really is going to, if it's really going to be played in the US, Caruana probably would have been a bit more interesting challenger for the crowd. Still, I think it was a deserved victory. Okay. Got a request for a Latvian gambit. Yeah, you know, I get the point, but I have to admit that I always have this slight ambition left to maybe get to 2,500 in this rating pool, and the live shows hurt. They hurt all the time. It's okay though, but if I start with the Latvian, it can become very costly. Yeah, knight h4 is a somewhat weird idea, but something that it seems that it caught him a little bit unawares. I cannot take it, so I just going to develop. I think knight h4 is probably not that great, the more that I think of it, but at least it makes his f5 move a little bit less likely to happen. We'll see about the Latvian. Okay, so that knight is really looking strange. I wonder if I should just go back now, to be honest, to let it be under attack now. And ice cream opening, bitte. What is the ice cream opening? I have no idea what it is. Yeah, I felt going back to d2 now could be an idea now that he has played c6. That usually signals that black is not trying to attack on the king side at all costs. Okay, bishop e2, I guess. Yeah, that's a question if I can recommend a good book on the Ruy Lopez Zaitsev for black. There is a book from a couple of years ago by Leif Johannessen. Don't really I think is he called Leif Erland Johannessen or something. It's a couple of years old, so it has to be taken with a grain of salt. So if you are, I don't know what your rating is, but if you're a higher rated player, you probably have to work a bit on this. And there is a book that is lined up for release. I think it's from Chess Stars, the Bulgarian company, I don't know who's writing it. I don't really remember, but it's a new book on the Zaitsev that I'm also looking forward to. There's a question: who is the strongest player you have beaten over the board? The strongest player I've beaten over the board is Grandmaster Gurevich, Mikhail Gurevich. His highest rating was 2710 or something like that. He was world number 5 at one point. When I played him, however, he wasn't that high rated. He was around 2600, so he had lost a couple of points. But he got back to that rating a couple of years later, so that is the strongest player. The highest rated player that I beat, I only beat recently, so slightly below 2600. Gurevich was a bit lower rated, but he's definitely the stronger player compared to the other person that I beat. Okay, that's interesting. The knight comes to d3 and maybe to f4, but I have to castle here, right? There is no real way to avoid that. I mean, okay, not that I want to avoid castling, but I really didn't see another move.
Check.
Okay, so yeah, this is possible, but it's hard for me to believe in it. Or the other one. Interesting. I don't know. Let's not make a
check
big thought out of this. And now, what now? Currently, he has no queen move. On knight g5, he has a queen move. So, what is the strongest here? Rook g1 or rook f1. I can also take there and take d6. Queen c8 is something, but I have queen e7 maybe. Okay, I want to play a move here. Let's do something. Knight g5 now is not in the mix anymore, but h6 is strong. h6. Yeah, many players had chances to win this tournament. Arno Krat mentioned Svidler, the candidates obviously. That's true, but the player who had the greatest chance actually is the one who's getting lots of ridicule, is Anish Giri. He should have won the thing from the positions that he had, but he simply couldn't convert as you need to be. Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to take there, but he's got rook h4 at the end. Okay, but queen h6 is good, right? There is no way to cover this in the long run. So what to do? Rook g1 probably. Pinning the knight. Yeah, my prediction for November is that Carlsen should normally win this thing pretty clearly, but it depends a bit on how his working ethic is. Working ethics, is that right? If he works hard, he will win this, but if not, Karjakin has a shot.
Black forfeits on time.
Yeah, it was a very dangerous position for black, and this kind of line is always very tricky. I think around here, this is at least very difficult to play, and I don't think that black is able to defend this in the long run. This, I don't know, but it looks very dangerous. Okay. No, Nigeria was a bit unlucky in that event, a bit with all those draws. There were like, I think there were maybe 2 or 3 games that
Game started.
that you can say, okay, you played it too tame, or yeah, you know, as you can say, oh, that was boring or anything. But only 2 games. The rest was just normal, and he somehow didn't win. Yeah, in some cases it was really almost ridiculous how winning the position was, like against Nakamura. But he just had knight g7. What a move. I don't answer questions anymore on US politics. I got too much bad feedback about what I said a couple of streams ago, and I don't want to argue about this thing. Yeah, this is a good question. How do I think Niels Grandelius will do at the Norway Chess? Interesting. He's an improving player, still quite young. I think he's in the early 20s. So yeah, sure. It will be interesting to see what he's doing. It's a very tough field, of course. So I don't think I ran into this thing. I've run into this thing in a game recently only. Stupid stuff. Okay, knight d5, c5, bishop g2, d takes c6, queen h3 should work. Even though it's very strange. Nah, I don't know if it works. Yeah, if he takes, I have queen to h3. He can take b7. This is most likely not good, but otherwise I'm just a pawn down, right? Or is that, how clear is that? It's not entirely clear, so maybe I do that. Now, I don't necessarily think that that Carlsen is lazy in his preparation, but I feel that I mean, he's the best player, right? For sure. There's no discussion that Carlsen is the better player than Karjakin. So, and everybody knows that. He knows it. Everybody knows it. And this, but it gets to that old saying by Dr. Tarash, yeah. It is not enough to be a good player. You also have to play well, yeah. And this is very, very true. And it means that just being the better player will not win him the match. So he has to really give everything, and this is important. And I mean, if he is aware of that he will only win the match by playing 100% best chess that he has, and then he will do right. Then he will do all right. But he has to do that. What book do I recommend to learn e4, e5 repertoire? Yeah, there are e4, e5, there are many good books nowadays. This wasn't the case until a couple of years ago, but nowadays there are many good ones. I think the best ones are the book by Victor Bologan's Black Weapons. There's also a very fine book by I think he's Swedish, a Swedish player, Martin Lokander. That's not very well known, but it was recently released and is quite good, I think. For the sidelines, the Lokander book and the same thing with the Bologan book as well, they don't have the Spanish. Yeah, they only have the non-Spanish lines. Now, if you're around 2100 and with this side-sav question and the side-sav variation of the Rui, I think you should probably get that new book that's about to be released by those Bulgarians. If you have to go to chessstars.com, I think is the site. It should be released like it's just around the corner basically. They announced it to come out really shortly. c5 is not a great idea here. How to play that position? It's still a bit awkward here. And he's played very quickly. Okay. I don't love this. But no, I'm not really disappointed that neither Caruana or Nakamura made it, but I think it would have been cool to see a New Yorker play in New York. This was my storyline that I found nice, but I really have no big preference there when it comes to who qualifies. I'm glad that we didn't have a result that was decided directly by that stupid tiebreak. I mean, it was already heavily influenced by the tiebreak rules, as Caruana obviously had to win at all costs, which was only due to that wacky tiebreak. I mean, it's ultimately the tiebreak is who lost more games advances. We had the same stuff in London 3 years ago when Carlsen qualified because he lost more games, which was really crazy.
Check.
I know it's not like this in the regulations that it's really who loses
Check.
More games, but this is what it ultimately is. Okay. Yeah, I know it's more wins, but it's also who lost more, yeah.
Check.
Who advances.
Check.
Yeah, white has more time on the clock.
Check. Check. Check.
It should be a draw actually. I couldn't count here. That's a bit of a shame. He's quicker here. I've got. I had 30 seconds. I could have thought about this a bit more. That was a bit stupid. Yeah, he's got one tempo. I was very stupid. I should never lose this game, even though with the time, because he basically never did anything.
Check.
And,
Check.
I don't know, that endgame might be lost, but I have 2 minutes something against 38. That was. Yeah, I should just check him. That was a bit unnecessary to lose. There's a question. What is wrong about the 3-1-0 scoring system? Many tournaments use it. No, not many tournaments use it. I'm a huge how would you call it? I think the 3 points for win is complete nonsense and should never be applied. It's totally unnecessary. And I mean, you can do that in an invitational tournament, in a round robin tournament, but there are even in Germany some open tournaments who use that. And the 3-point scoring system in open tournament is for me a reason to boycott it. I would never play a tournament with 3 points for win because it's just completely idiotic. To punish a draw is complete nonsense.
Game started.
Because it's the normal result of a game and there is no need to penalize it. The other thing that is really important in the 3-point scoring system, it applies a lot in open tournaments and or it applies to open tournaments. One thing that is very rarely mentioned in chess, but is definitely a factor in open tournaments, is simply collusion. People trying to influence the final results by by throwing games. And if you can throw 3 points instead of just 1 point, this is a huge incentive and will give this even more ground.
Check.
I've seen it happen in tournaments with the 3-point scoring system, that people lost in decisive rounds deliberately to someone, and then they probably shared the prize money in the parking lot or something like that. I know that can happen also with the traditional scoring system, but with 3 points the incentive is much higher. So there are also a big problem with 3 points in a Swiss event is that quite often simply a player who played clearly worse will win the tournament. This is just what happens. Tournament performance as a reasonable tiebreak. Yeah, it is a reasonable tiebreak in a Swiss event, but not in a round robin, because they all have the same opponents. There are some suggestions that they play until a winner is determined and shorter time controls to make chess more exciting. I think it's an interesting idea to shorten the time controls, the classical ones. In some cases, you really think, oh man, this is long. Yeah. For example, I've done lots of live coverages for various events for the ICC, and for example, yesterday I was online for close to 6 hours together with Grandmaster Harsvi to cover the 13th round, and we were on for close to 7 hours, and I was really thinking, okay, who is really online for 7 hours? Yeah, really? Is somebody online for 7 hours to watch a game of chess? I'm not quite sure if this is really the case. And these are the moments where I think, okay, maybe a somewhat shorter time control is an interesting option. It's something that can be discussed. I think there are some traditionalists who think, okay, no, we shouldn't do that. But why not? It's interesting to try to maybe shorten the time from a purely watcher's perspective. I think the quicker time controls are quite interesting. There's a question: do I think that there are certain openings that are good to learn for Blitz, although they may not be so good in classical chess? Yes, I mean in Blitz, you can think about playing some openings that are slightly dodgy, maybe, or have a slightly dodgy reputation, because in Blitz people have often problems to refute them. Certainly an idea, yeah, can be done. Many players, I think, try that approach. Okay, do I take? I think I'll go and try this and play f5. I'm not quite sure. Interesting. I thought f6 maybe. Yeah, but I've got a good space advantage. Maybe rook c3 is still interesting. Do I plan more opening videos? Yeah, I guess. What is that? Rook c3? Let's see. Do I lose another king and pawn ending? Maybe I do. I don't have a breakthrough here, right? e5 takes. No, not really. Yeah, maybe rook c3 was wrong. Wrong timing. If I go king d4, king b6, can I go e5, or am I murdering myself there with this king and pawn ending? I have a tendency to do that. especially in the king and pawn ending. Oh, that's a surprising move. Okay, and now I go e5. No matter what.
Check.
Yeah, but that should win, right? I get to the pawns. Or not. Oh, I didn't think about that one. Okay, I get the h pawn, so which is quicker. Well, let us think about this for a moment. King e5, king d7. I have no move really. G6 takes, king g6, king d6, king h5, king d5, king g4, e5, h5. Yeah, I should win. Okay.
Check.
Okay, really? Am I winning here or not? King g5, king f7, king f5, I guess, yeah. He might get to that position on the edge of the board where he can block. But anyway, I have to play the moves that I'm playing. There's no big thought process involved. Yeah, he gets there. He gets there by one tempo. It probably was a draw.
Stalemate.
Probably was a draw. Would be interesting. I don't want to analyze deep in this show, but I'm kind of interested if I had a win there. Yeah, I had a win.
Check.
So how did I manage again to spoil this? So I have to go to g5, not to g4. Ah, okay. I have to go here, yeah. It's shouldering. It's a body check. If he goes back here, yeah. And this is too slow. This. And now I can run because this is a check. I should have thought a bit there. Yeah, that's not so difficult.
Game
That was a spoiled half point. Okay, how do I describe Karjakin's style of play? Yeah, that's an interesting question because I thought about this a little bit, and I'm not quite sure if I would attribute a certain style to his play. Oh, I forgot to play the Latvian. Okay. I forgot to play the Latvian. I'm sorry. I will do that. I will really do it once. Yeah, but yeah, no Bavarian beer. I mean, I could get some maybe a little bit later. Yeah, I think Karjakin's style of play. What people are mentioning most when they talk about him is that he's such a staunch defender, which is certainly true. He's a fantastic defender and very, very tough to beat. This is really quite apparent also in this tournament, in the candidates, that, wow, he allows e4 in this position. Why would you do that? Okay. He really is that great defender that is always mentioned. But there's a bit more to chess than just defend. So he will definitely. I mean, he has also a good calculator and so on. He has all the things that you need for being a good player. But what is Carlsen's most what is Carlsen's style of play? He's the grinder then, or I think most of the top guys, they're able to do almost everything quite well, and I think Karjakin is no exception there. The elephant gambit. Oh my god. No. I don't want to play any of those openings. Okay, where to go now? He's attacking a7 there. It's not a big deal. I mean, I can just develop him. If he really feels a7 is important, he can take it. He can take b7 though. This is something that I just saw. This is a lot better. Rook b7. And he probably will see that move. No. He didn't see it. Okay. I can play e3 here, but he will take with the f pawn. That's not good. Yeah, maybe b6. Maybe I should get some Bavarian beer. I mean, I only have the non-alcoholic versions because I really prefer that. If I lose that game, I probably should get one of those. Yeah, Mr. Seduna, what are you doing now? Yeah, now e3 is playable, right? Why not? That was the idea all along. He wants to give me that exchange. Okay, I'm happy. Gimme. Gimme. Okay, he's got some compensation with the center. That is quite clear. But it's, I mean, at least now I have an idea how to win this game. Like by material. Yeah, you never know. I mean, someone says here that Karjakin's Queen's Indian will make it very predictable for Carlsen's opening prep. I don't think so necessarily. Karjakin has a somewhat narrow opening repertoire. The Queen's Indian is one example of that. But I think that in a World Championship match, anything can happen in terms of openings. We have seen many surprises where you beforehand wouldn't have thought that that would happen. Yeah, Gelfand all of a sudden played the Grunfeld against Arnold, which he had never played ever. Yeah, or if we go even further back, Fischer played c4 against Spassky in his legendary match. And so on and so forth. There are many examples of that. So you never know what Karjakin will play. Okay, so how to do this now? Rook e3, probably has to go rook f3 here. And maybe bishop d5 even. Okay, I think c5 he might play really d5. Not good. Not so great. Yeah, I need some kind of play, so I'm going with c5. He can go d5, yeah, but not much that I can do about it. What went wrong in this game? I don't know. Yeah, how many Berlins we will see in in November. Yeah, probably some. They both play lots of 1e4, but you never know. I mean, maybe in this candidates tournament, I think the main story from a theoretical point of view was that everybody and their dog was playing the English opening. Okay, I'll take this now.
Check.
Yeah, so he didn't find anything immediately decisive, at least I think. But it's not... Maybe still losing. Maybe it's still losing. I don't get this pawn. If I go back, he just goes, takes b6, yeah.
Time warning.
I guess I have to. Yeah, it is unfortunately losing. I don't know, this is one of those players where I have a terrible score and I don't know why. Mostly from winning positions. That was not one of them. I mean, my position was good, but not winning. And he just somehow managed to win this. Or close to winning this. Yeah.
Check.
It's unfortunately losing almost no matter what. That was the only move that didn't win. Wow. Queen f3 might still mate me with rook e8, queen g8. That's, how can you be so lucky? Yeah, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. He has covered that. Unbelievable. He overlooks this stuff and f3 is still winning. I now need a beer. Yeah, can you believe that? Yeah, he just goes into this. It should be checkmate, yeah? And f3 still wins. Oh my god. Okay.
Game started. Black forfeits due to disconnection.
Okay, so I get a win gifted. Yeah, you know, I get a beer and they disconnect. That's cool. Okay, let's new game. So,
game started.
Yeah, there is no particularly critical line against English that can be so bad. Yeah, McPartridge, boy, I think you're from England, right? How can you think beer is disgusting? Within limits, it's good. I have a different brand though. I had Franciscana last Monday, and this time I've got Meisels. Also a good one. And it's non-alcoholic, in case you think, yeah, I would promote drinking alcohol. I'm not. Okay, I'm playing Prince Panic here. This is Willy Hendrix. I am Willy Hendrix, also well known for authoring this nice book, Move First, Think Later, one of the greatest book titles ever in chess. And we are in some kind of old Indian mix. Over to f5. I played that rather quickly because I had this in a tournament game once, exactly the same position, and back then I played this, what I'm playing here, so if I came to this conclusion in a tournament game, I might as well play that in the Blitz game. Yeah, Meisels is good, right? They have that in a restaurant where I'm often, and it's from Bayreuth. Okay. Yeah, that's my kind of position. I've got more space and I've got the bishop pair. The only thing I don't have is a good development. Okay, I'm covering this. He's got quite some play against e4, but still I think this should be quite nice. f4 or g5. I can go to g5 and take on f6. Bishop f4. It's probably not that great. I think I'll go for this. It's a bit stodgy. Which variation of the Nimzo would you play with the white pieces? That's very difficult. I mean, I play mostly the classical variation nowadays, but there are many interesting lines. In my older d4 repertoire, I had recommended to play 4 f3. This is also very much a viable line, which yeah, a good thing, very good thing about f3 is it's very very tough to play against. And yeah, I know that looks weird, g4, but it makes his bishop look bad. How much did I get paid for product placement? That would be cool, right? Paying some, I don't know, some bald guy doing a chess stream, or for what beer he's drinking. That would be cool. I would take that in a heartbeat, yeah, that kind of thing. But they never offered it to me. Yeah, I play the classical, as I mentioned. 4 f3 is a good line. It's not a matter of quality, it's a matter of what style of position you like. So if you are more of a strategic player, it makes sense maybe to play the classical, as you have that sound and good pawn structure. If you're a sharper player, f3 is good. Bishop f1 is not played so much because I want to avoid the trade. It's played because I want to attack his knight. King e3, right? There is nothing big happening against that. He has to go back and then I win d5. Yeah, those endorsement deals are cool. Yeah, Nakamura being sponsored by Red Bull. I found it very funny in a couple of years ago. It's a long time ago. when then one of the top female players, Antonetta Stefanova, she got sponsored by Johnny Walker, which I found really cool. You got a female chess grandmaster, yeah, and with Johnny Walker, have really cool stuff. Okay, what is happening here? I don't quite get it. If I take it, takes with the knight. Okay. But what is the big tactic here if I take it?
Black resign.
There is no, right? I was just thinking, what is the tactic here? John Watson's book, A Strategic Chess Opening Repertoire for White. I think it's pretty good. I recommend it to my students. It's especially nice. It's pretty condensed. Yeah, I mean, it's one book for 1d4 and not some 3,000 page thing that nobody can actually remember. And most lines that John recommends, I think, are very, very good. I mean, no line is bad, don't get me wrong. It's just you've got some kind of
Game started.
different tastes, but I think most of the things I also genuinely like. And I wanted to play the Latvian, and they play knight c3. Yeah? I really would have done it. Can I go f5 here? This is probably totally ridiculous. So, but I try. Yeah? So you cannot blame me for not trying against JC Arias. This is probably one problem of this, but at least I get some tempi on the queen. How bad is that? It's probably bad. But maybe, if he takes bishop e7, I get d5 in. The book that complements my d4 repertoire best, that probably is John Watson's Strategic Opening Repertoire book. He has chosen many lines that I also recommended, but there is no relation in any way. It's not like he watched my videos and copied it or vice versa. It's just a coincidence. I think here I have to trade.
Check.
I have to trade here. It's a bit lame, but I think objectively speaking, I can be happy with this. Yeah, it's it's non-alcoholic. Do I sound that like I'm drunk or anything? It is. You see? Okay, what to do here? I probably want to get my king out of that center. Yeah, I get to Castlon. Let's Castlon. Okay, bishop f6. Someone says that opening was a bit strange. Yeah, it is, but I got this request for the Latvian, and if they play 2 knights c3, that's the best that I could do. Okay, yeah, what about this here? Knight e5 maybe? G6. I don't like knight h5 is a really annoying prospect. They don't want to play g6 because of knight e4. It's a bit uncomfortable. Maybe I can actually go to h4 myself. That could be interesting. And bishop e3 I can just take. Okay, so here we go. I think harass him a little bit there. Which of the candidates, apart from Svidler, would make the best chess streamer? Oh, wow. Probably Nakamura. Sorry. Nakamura, of course. Would be probably entertaining. Oh, Aronian. Yeah. I mean, I actually think there are many players. There have been many players in this event that are genuinely nice persons, and it would be enjoyable to have them chat about the games and so on. I think it's not just one or two people. Yeah, Anand, of course, why not? He's a super nice guy.
Check.
So I'm going to trade this here and try to claim an edge based on my knight on h4. One thing is, I would like to play rook d8, but he's got knight e4, d8, knight. I'm actually thinking about this rook d8, knight e4. Can I play rook f3 there? Rook f3 takes, knight takes, check. King d3, knight g1, rook g1, bishop f5. That's a completely crazy line. It could work. That could work. Take. Take, bishop f5, rook e1. This. 35. I think it works. I took far too long for that. Maybe this is total nonsense, but I found it to be interesting. Maybe it's refuted by some simple move that I simply didn't look at. I don't know.
Check.
Yeah, king d3, yeah. I take g1, rook g1, bishop f5. And I thought this pin is this is deadly, I thought. But I could be wrong, obviously. I didn't see how he gets out of this. Yeah, looks good, huh? Rook e1 and then c6. That was my calculation. And I didn't see how he prevents d5. c4 maybe. c6 now, right? I know, then a king move. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe rook e5 here, right?
Check.
Oh, shoot.
Time warning.
Knight c5. Very nice. I didn't see that one. Oh, Mensch. That was so nice. Ah. And I didn't need to do it. That's a shame. I couldn't. Instead of c5, I could have played differently also. And now I'm just losing. What a shame. My God, you just have to go back to friggin' go to h8 and sacrifice.
Check.
Unbelievable. Hey, we win on time, but it's a
Black forfeits on time.
that was super stupid. That was super stupid here. But maybe it really does not work. It was such a nice idea. I needed to try it. Yeah, I think he has to go bishop d5. He has to do that. My opinion on the Karas defense in the Ruy Lopez. What exactly is the Karas defense? Do you mean that Chigorin with knight d7, or sometimes people call the deferred Steinitz also Karas? It's a bit uncommon, but sometimes people do call it like that. Do you mean the Chigorin line? The Chigorin line is interesting, definitely. It's still played by some top players, so I guess it's very valid. Oh wow, you typed it. Yeah, this is a good line. Yeah? You can do that. It's one of the lines that gives a bit more interesting play. There have been also new developments there, I think, in that Benoni type of position. I'm not super clear on what it exactly is, but I looked at this line some month ago and I found it was okay. Didn't see anything particularly threatening for black. Yeah, black is taking a long while here. Why exactly? Is it this is the main line. Oh, he took with the bishop. Okay. That is rare. Queen a5. That doesn't look like it should work, to be honest. How to do that? Bishop d2 is a very some bishop move is very lame, and I would like to refute this. Knight d4 is queen c3. Just about. Knight d2 also, queen c3 seems to work. It's close though. I don't want to play a lame move here. Yeah, whatever. I play something. That's just very uneconomical. Because white can play anything and have compensation. Yeah, I think Caruana and Svilla, they placed that endgame very well under those circumstances. It really was a super tough game, and I think it was well played by both. Of course, Svilla could have avoided getting into that lost position in the first place, but it is very difficult to do that, play that endgame perfectly. Okay, rook b1 maybe. It also really is after like 7 hours of play. Okay, I think I'll take this pawn and see bishop f4. Okay, I think I'll take and go rook d6. And I absolutely have the d file. Stream down? Really? There's some funny talk in the chat, but I don't want to really I don't want to really get into this discussion. Okay, do I have? No, probably not. Yes, some real issues to move here. Yeah, that's a good move. Queen e4 was something that I would really love to play. Rook e7, he has got e5, I guess. I only have 1 minute.
Time warning.
Okay. E5, bishop h6. It's a bit of a shocker, this move. I don't know if it really is good, but it looks like it could be something. No, he cannot go rook f7 now because I take. Yeah, maybe he can. It's not like it's totally impossible, but at least that felt like a good line for me. Okay, so what to do here? Maybe rook d. Oh, no, there's queen h3 here coming. Ah, I need to move. I need to move. Okay, this is good now.
Check.
Rook d7. I don't have such a great continuation here. This is not so great. I should have killed this off immediately, and I didn't manage. Now this bloody knight is back in the action. Shoot.
Check. 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 Black resigns.
Yeah, it was a lucky one. That was a lucky one. I mean, okay, I didn't think he played it like totally stupid, but he defended this well, and I somehow didn't get through. This looks fantastic here. Maybe it's just about defensible. Yeah, I play exactly the comp line here with bishop h6. And maybe here I have something better. I don't know. No, the computer is just on 0.5. We both played a good game, it seems. Okay, I'll play one more. I really got the hang of it here. Oh, Jorge. Come on, Jorge. b3. I'm so sick of that. He plays that every game, yeah. No, I think the line chosen by Caruana today was very okay. It was exactly what he needed to do. He had a good position, I think. He just fell into that rook e4 thing. What? What are you doing? You're giving me a pawn. Just like that. I'll take it. I'm greedy. Okay, bishop b4 or... Wow. This is also interesting. It's all pretty good. Is there some way here to... bishop b4, a3 to prevent his castling in totally? No. Let's do it like that. I try something very aggressive here, try to refute this stuff immediately. Maybe that's wrong, but we'll see. No, I've never played anti-chess. So he wants to trade. Yo, I understand that. But I'm also pawn up. I mean, my pawn structure on the king side is somewhat bad, but other than that, now I know what you're talking about with anti-chess. It's some chess variant, yeah. I know what you mean, but I never played it. I'm not a huge expert in those chess variants. The only thing that I've played quite a bit in my younger years is Backhouse. I wasn't even that terrible at it. But it's also that's been a while. Yeah, just technical play or not. Maybe I just push this stuff. Why do I go a5? I can go b5, c5 here. Let's do it now. It was entirely unnecessary. What is he doing there? Bring the king over. I can go to c2 as well. Ah, that is his idea. Okay. No, I don't think Backhouse improves your game in any way that chess cannot do, but it's not a big deal if you play the odd Backhouse game. I think it's not bad for your tactics. Didn't see that one coming. Oh my god, I don't want to calculate at that time of the day. Knight e6. Okay, rook d7 doesn't work. Okay, I'll just take it. Yeah, 3 check. This is something that I recently saw, that chess variant. That's completely unrelated to chess, right? It's very far away from normal chess, but quite funny. At the end of the day, he has to do something about that pawn. And here it is. So I will be a piece up. I just wonder if I can do something better here. Probably not, huh? Oh, I didn't see that one. Okay. No, why am I have to take first? I swear I didn't drink any real beer, even though it looks like it. Totally idiotic. Yeah, and now he's winning that game. That's just meh. I just have to take there.
Time warning. Black resigns.
Losing this game was an art form almost. I can just do whatever and win, yeah? Just not this. This, c5 and over. The pawns will just promote him. And okay, it was also totally winning from the get-go. I don't want to stop with a loss against Jorge. Okay, I'm playing one more game.
Started.
And I don't get the 2,400 back now. That's a shame. With this super stupid game. Oh my. One beer for every badly played game. Oh wow, now that would be dead by now. I don't... Let's not do it. Oh, and now this line. Oh. I don't know that line at all. That's not good news if he's a real expert here.
Check.
That's just the starting point of theory, and it goes far longer. Far longer. Probably this is not even right. Castle's short. Nah, that was a super unlucky opening. I play 1e4 or went into a French for a change, and then he plays the most theoretical line that's very difficult for white to play in any case, and I have no idea about it. Okay, so he's got queen c4 then. Okay, I'll go back. Yeah, maybe I have some kind of compensation here on the dark squares. He wants to go d4. Okay, if I take and go queen g5, there's queen to e7. That's not so brilliant. I think maybe I should get the knight over there. Knight over to d4. Okay. Castles, yeah, I have knight f5, but maybe he can take. Maybe he can take. Knight f5. I mean take e6 is what I'm trying to say. Check. Wow, my favorite hard liquor. I'm not a huge fan of any of those. I like some of those. Is it liquor in English that they have in in Greece and Turkey, like Uzo or Raki, stuff like that. I think that's pretty okay. Yeah. Knight f5, he still has f takes e6, and I have no win. e7. e7 maybe. e7, rook takes knight f5. Here's rook e3. Oh my! It's pulling out miracle defenses here. Yeah. Shoot. f5, rook e3. Yeah, I know this is nothing, but I don't have a tactic. He somehow prevented all of it. Just hope he stumbles into some nonsense. Queen d6, knight f5 or so. Might happen. Ah, 127. Yeah, now I can take. He never saw any of this tactic, right? Anything. And now stumbles right into that. Okay, but this still might hold, huh, for him. It's crazy, really. Maybe rook g3. Maybe this one. I still don't have a win. I don't see it, at least. Queen h6 is a threat now. Maybe queen c4 or something like that. No. Queen h6, he wants to play queen f5. Okay.
Time warning.
d4 looked like a good move, I guess.
Check.
Queen h6 was winning. When? I don't think so.
Check.
So rook g6 is a draw. I probably have to.
Check.
I have to. I cannot really avoid it.
Check. Check. Check.
So that really ends in a giri.
Check. Game drawn.
Yeah, I tried, but when queen h6, I don't think so. When should that work? Here? I cannot go here because queen f5 is the thing. This is was the idea. Yeah, I made it.
Check.
I don't have to take. Yeah, rook h3, but yeah, he will take. This is the thing. He will take. No, the black defended this well. I mean, he somehow defended this. I mean, rook e7 looked very strange, but it was still okay. Here I thought I might have something, but
check.
There's nothing. Here it's a draw.
Check.
And queen d4 is actually winning. Yeah, I would have taken here and hoped for the best, but okay, there's
check.
Queen g7. Yeah, didn't work. That was a bit of an unlucky variation to get as a non-e4 player. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm already far over time, but I think some games were quite okay. I lost a couple of rating points, mostly due to that very stupid loss against Jorge. Anyway, I'm back on next Monday. Yeah, hope you all be around there to join again. Bye bye.